Hello, I am Joel. We are Silver Arrow Cars, and this is our 1971 Italian delivery Ferrari Dino 246 GT, finished in Rosa Corsa red over a black interior. Ferrari produced 1,431 of the Series 3 Dinos, so this would be one of those 1,431. They built 2,295 total of the GT Coupes, and this one, as I said, was delivered new in Italy, and where it remained until what we believe is the late 70s, and then came to Canada and has lived here in British Columbia ever since the 80s. And interestingly, we have old registration showing it registered chassis number 02476, which is this car, in British Columbia in 1984. We've known the car for a number of years, and it comes to us from a distinguished collector and a friend with a very impressive collection of iconic cars from different European manufacturers. And this is one that he's held on to for a number of years. This is a car that he purchased in 2011 from a very well-known restorer here in our area, Rudy & Company. He purchased the car and has owned it ever since. He has a fellow that works with him that maintains his cars and has maintained this car over the years, but the presentation of it today and the way you see it is still the condition in which he purchased it 15 years or 14 years ago, and is very impressive indeed. The body and paint was done by Coachworks, which still exists today as an extension and or was a collaboration and is an extension of the company's previous. Paintwork is very, very good across the entire car, and the car drives and feels as good as you see it sitting here today. Documentation-wise, we have original Italian documents that come with the car, with those original Dino books. They were folded up neatly and placed inside that original pouch and the original books. But it's original documentation from Italy showing what we believe to be the original owner, and then transfer of ownership to other owners in Italy in the 70s. And then the next series of documentation would be in the 80s here in British Columbia. And then for a number of years, it was owned by a fellow in Tofino, British Columbia. This was known as the Tofino Dino to us in our market, and then came down island to where we are and lived in Vancouver with our client and collector. We now own the car and in our inventory and are proud to present it. As I said, chassis number 02476. This is an entirely numbers matching car. So body, chassis, engine, transmission, that is all confirmed. Finished with a black vinyl interior. This is a non-air conditioned car, manual windows, and the interior is in excellent, excellent condition. The mouse for dash was replaced years ago and still presents as new and very fresh. The finish on the Commodore wheels is excellent all the way around. Mechanically, it is running very, very well. We've taken it back to Coachworks, had them do mechanical preparation ready for the sale, of which was very, very limited. As I previously said, this was sitting in a collection where a mechanic maintained this car and the rest of the collection, which included 300 SLs and some other classic Ferrari and Porsche. So starting up here, the nose of the car, probably what you're wondering to yourself, what is the condition of the paint, the chrome, the lenses across the front of the car? I can tell you it is extremely clean and tidy. I don't have any pitting I want to tell you about or chipping, across the front of the car. The lenses for these Euro spec front lights, very, very clean. In and around the bezels for the headlights, no chipping or pitting, so very clean and great presentation. Luminosity and gloss of paint is excellent. And the same would go for around the arch, the fender arches, down along the paint line, so that satin black at the bottom of the car, that line is in the correct spot if you went through the compendium, and you will see that. Along the door here, very, very nice, clean, straight body. Nothing to point out there. And the same goes all the way back here around the rear haunches. The intake vents on the side of the car, on all the different generations of Ferrari where you see this, you will see potentially rock chips or pitting in and around those vents, and that is very tidy. Rubber seal around the front windshield is not hardened, brittle, and cracking. It is still quite pliable. The wipers don't have pitting or corrosion showing on them. The bright work in the mirror is excellent. Same with the trim around the windows. I would say just a little bit of patina to the handle itself. Panel fitment and door fitment is excellent. Opening and closing the door latch is excellent. The same story goes for in and around the back of the car when we're talking about, and you will see the lenses for the tail lights and the signal lights. Same goes for the chrome bumperettes, the very period correct exhaust tips across the back, the reverse light, all very, very good. And the same story continues all the way around the passenger side of the car, leading us back up to the front. Moving into the interior of the car, this is a black vinyl interior. Interior is an easy thing if any potential buyer is interested in either one, doing a color change. I know for a lot of you Ferrari fans out there, Rosso Corsa over Cuyo or tan is a must-have. That is an easy switch for us to do for anyone that's interested in this car. It's not overly expensive. It just takes a little bit of time and somebody to quarterback that, and that is something that we routinely do. Otherwise, the condition of the interior is excellent. The condition of the seats, the cushioning in the seats is excellent. As I said, the mouse fur across the dash, which that was replaced years ago and is excellent. As is the glass in the gauges. All the gauges work, with the exception of the clock. Handles, knobs, everything is exactly the way you would hope. It is a radio delete car, so it does not come with a radio. That could be added. There are speakers from a radio that would have been previously installed, and those speakers are mounted to the door cards. It does have light gray carpets with black floor mats and black rear panel, or rear firewall panel. Condition of the leather steering wheel of the wrap has a nice patina to it. It is not brand new or has not been restored or replaced, but feels great in the hand and feels very right for the age of the car. Everything else in the interior is in fantastic shape. Moving out of the interior into the engine bay, there isn't a whole lot you're going to be able to see from this video. Please see our underside shots as well, but you will see that 2.42, I believe, liter V6 mounted in the mid of the car. As I said, that is the original engine. Again, older restorations, so the finishes on the engine bay would be slightly aged and have some patina to it, but very, very good presentation. Transitioning to the front of the car again. Under the front bonnet is where you're going to find your 5th Chromador wheel and spare tire. This is also where your relays and fuses are, and your battery. We do have a battery tender connected to it, but as far as condition, you will see exactly what I'm going to explain to you, but underside of the hood is finished in the satin black as it should be. The finish is excellent without any signs of corrosion or deterioration. And then the black vinyl wrap along the top of the front trunk area is in great shape as well, as is the wiring and the relays that you will see through the photos. And then at the back of the car is where your trunk is. The car does come with a Ferrari 246 GT Dino car cover. And then the carpet set is in great condition in the rear of the car as well. It does come with its tool roll, and it does come with its jack, a spare belt, and the caution triangles. But same as the front, the underside of the trunk lid, the finish in satin black with a carpet liner on top is all in excellent condition. The seals around the trunk in fantastic shape as well. We hope you have enjoyed the video. I hope you found this informative, and I hope this has brought you even closer to calling and taking this car home. We are located in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. We have facilities in Scottsdale, Arizona, Blaine, Washington, and Los Angeles. To wrap up the facts on the car, 1971 Ferrari Dino 246 GT. This is a very early Series 3 car. It was originally finished in red with an ivory interior and is now finished today in Rosa Corsa red over a black vinyl interior. This is chassis number 02476, and this is an all matching numbers body, chassis, engine, and transmission car. We do have some additional information that comes with it to confirm that. The car does come with original Italian delivery paperwork that shows original registration of the car and owners in Italy, and then documentation of it being owned in Canada, in British Columbia, Canada, where we are, in 1984, and then the car has remained there ever since. Restoration work was completed in 2011 by Rudy and Company, along with Coachworks for the coachwork on the car, and still today is presented in all of its glory of that original, or that work completed in 2011. Coming from a fantastic collection from an owner that really knows how to take care of his cars, has somebody on staff to do so, and this car has been treated to a very good life with that gentleman before we purchased it from him. If you have any more questions on the car, which I'm sure you do, or you'd like to see any of that documentation I've talked about, please reach out to us. We are Silver Arrow Cars, and you can find us on the internet or Instagram or wherever you do your research and would like to contact us, please do. Thank you very much.